Hello everybody, welcome to this week's update video. My name is Martin, I'm an Inkscape developer and I develop features and fixes for everyday Inkscape users. I'm doing a quick video this week instead of setting up the whole recording situation. And what I've been up to this week has been mostly doing contracts for non-Inkscape related work. Basically, I don't earn enough money from Inkscape to be able to take up all of my time. So I have to get other jobs. And so this week I've been catching up with those, and but I do want to give a shout out and a big thank you to all of my sponsors who do allow me to spend more time on Inkscape, because I love working on Inkscape and I love the fact that you guys actually get a better vector editor at the end of the day. And you know, I don't really want to be doing like all the contract work, but in that vein, I did actually work on a new feature. So my cmyk engine color management work is currently being reviewed, or at least one merge request that needs to be merged is being reviewed. I've actually been waiting an entire week and I've got like no response from the reviewer, which is frustrating. But I'm going to prompt them to, you know, try and get it merged in more rapidly, because I really do need to continue that work, you know, in a reasonable time frame. But I worked on a feature for the measurement tool. So Inkscape has a ruler icon on the toolbar. It is the measure tool, and it provides the ability to see how long the distance is between various points on the canvas is. And unfortunately, this feature is very limited in Inkscape. And I got the idea from a couple of Inkscape users who do sewing and patterns. They all have essentially the same kind of problem, which is they need to be able to measure things like inseams and curves and various other things that the measurement tool in Inkscape doesn't really allow you to do well. So what I did is I set about just adding this as an extra feature in the measurement tool, where when you hover over a line, it tells you how long the line is. When you hover over a continuous curve, it tells you two numbers. One is how long the continuous curve is, and then just how long the single segment in the path is. These two values are, you know, mostly different when you have, for instance, a continuous curve that might extend multiple segments. And the distinction, of course, is that it's a 180 degrees. It counts as a contiguous curve. Since I needed to be able to know the angles on the segments anyway, I also added the ability to, when you hover over the angle, the corners, it tells you the angle of the corner. This makes perfect sense for straight lines. For curves, this it might seem a little unintuitive that the angle is actually the angle between the node handles and not the line that you would expect as it curves out. And this is because the angle is the measurement at the infinitesimal place of the node itself. It's not the distance between the shape as it's drawn when you move away from that node. And the mathematical conclusion to that is always that it's moving towards the handle, right? The Bezier handle. So curves that look like they're circles, those angles are actually 180 degrees. Curves that are, you know, like S shapes and stuff, those are 180 degrees. Even if the curve like curved directly back on itself and it looked like it was like 10 degrees, it's not. It's actually 180 degrees. It's just that you're measuring the actual the exit vector, not the line that's drawn. So once I had that sorted out, I needed to do a little bit of refactoring of the measurement tool itself, because this is a new feature and it's doing new things. I got a lot of great feedback from both the Inkscape users, some Inkscape testers themselves. Thank you all for pointing out both the crashes and also like some of the usability things. The next thing I added was the ability to click. So when you click on these curves or you click on this angle, it changes the measurement tool's position to be that curve or that angle, and that helps you basically stabilize that position. And Yeah, this is not a grand feature, but I think it will be very useful, especially to a certain segment of Inkscape users. And it's nice to be able to just do something that doesn't take multiple years to complete, to be honest. Okay, so that's what I've been up to in the Inkscape world. You can have a play. I'm going to post a link below to the development branches so you can see how that works. Your feedback is still welcome. There are some other things going on in Inkscape. I am involved in the hiring committee. We have worked through about 30 people who have applied for the 3 jobs that we have in Inkscape, the C++ developer and the issues administrator. There are 3 more weeks to apply for those positions. If you are interested, I will also post a link to that below. You're welcome to apply. The Mykov has been doing some work on the object properties dialog and the document properties dialog. He wants to allow you to change things like the guides and grids and stuff from his new Omni dialog. This design is probably most appropriate for people coming from Affinity Designer and Adobe Illustrator because they also have this kind of Omni design dialog box. But I've pressed on him the importance of the user experience and also not decommissioning any of our existing user experiences until he has data that shows that the older dialog forms are less useful, or even if they're the same useful, just that we're not losing usability by having this approach, and also some speed issues. But they look very, very pretty. So 1.5 is actually shaping up to be quite a change. Like, there's going to be so many things that have changed. I won't be surprised if people claim that Inkscape 1.5 is basically a new program by the time that we're finished with it. And of course, I'm going to have to thank all of the users for hanging on with us while we do it, because it is taking us more time to complete this version. There are some other things going on, but that's probably about it that I can talk about. Thank you all for watching. Please leave your comments below about stuff that you're doing in Inkscape, things that you're interested in seeing Inkscape be able to do, and hopefully I will see you next time.